think with Optom, once you've started, there's no point in you not finishing it, because the degree is useless without pre-reg. You're not qualified until you've done pre-reg.
Yeah. I mean,
so you're stuck for 5 years, basically.
Yeah. But that's just, as in, I think that was me at that age, and I was quite naive and everything, so...
So I have a question for Red's Art.
What?
Red's Art. Do you regret Optom?
You need to ask me that on certain days. If you ask me that on the wrong day...
That is such a good answer! Oh my goodness! That is such a great answer.
I would be like, I hate Optom. I can't be doing this anymore. But today I'm feeling okay. So
it's because she's hung out with me. I have that influence.
Actually, no. Because I like to reflect, and I have learned a lot, and just seeing my growth and just looking back. So, do I regret it? No. I wouldn't say I don't. I
don't think you would have as much flexibility as you do.
Yeah,
if you didn't
because
have
it's gotten me to where I am, and it made me the person that I am today. Okay? Without it, I think I don't know who I would be, to be honest. And like, I met Sadia, the most amazing person ever.
Thanks.
And I feel like my uni experience was. I really enjoyed my uni experience, so that I don't regret. I mean, like,
do you know what I was saying to Reds today? That we first started uni about 7-8 years ago.
But I feel like you're making us look like we're really old.
No, but I do feel old, guys. I can't even lie.
We're not old.
Can you see the greys? I don't think you can because of lighting. But when I tell you, this year the greys have been greying, guys, differently. That's so bad.
Not old. We're not. So people are gonna think we're like in our mid-30s now.
Oh no, they clearly can't do maths then if they think that.
I feel like we're really young. We are really young.
We are young.
Do you know what it is? It's because where I've been working, and like I am the youngest Optom, at least I think I am, or was, that because everyone there is a lot older.
When?
As in where I've been working for the past few years.
Oh, okay.
So like, because everyone's like either in their 30s or like in their 40s or so. Because when I tell them my age, they're like, "Oh, you're so young. You're so young." I'm like, "Yeah, no, I'm so young." And then do you know what it is? I think because like I've worked with a lot of elderly patients. Where I work is a lot of Caucasian elderly patients, and they're very, mashallah, very strong and fit for their age.
So that's true. You notice that with certain people.
Yeah. They're very like independent, and they come in and they're like, and I'm like, so then like before I used to be scared of like whenever I see anyone above the age of 60, I'm like like 70s. But then I used to go seeing 70s and 80s years, and I'm thinking when I see a 70, I'm like, you're young, man. I was saying like, yeah, man, you're very young.
You got ages. Life hasn't hit you yet.
But they are. I mean, like, because like before I used to think like if you're in your 80s or your 70s, like, you can't walk, you're basically in a wheelchair sometimes, or like you just really struggle to walk, and you have all these health conditions. But I've met so many people in their 80s, 90s, and like they're fit, they're going.
I met a 102-year-old, bruh. I think she probably could outrun me. No, probably not. But she was amazing. She was so like able to get up and about. And then whenever I see people like that, I'm always like, "What's your secret? Like, what have you done in your lifetime that's made you like so able?" Active. And she just goes, she goes, "Stay active," and she goes, "Don't stress."
Yeah.
And pretty majority of people that I ask that question to, they're like, "Just don't stress. Like everything's meant to work out the way it's meant to work out."
Yeah.
And that's quite nice.
I remember basically one day when I was working, and then this the locum that I was working with, she was really lovely. She was like, she came into my room, and then she was saying, she goes like, "Oh, I had this 8-year-old, and she looked so young and stuff." And I was like, what's your secret? What's your secret? And she was like, she does 10,000 steps every single day. At that age as well.
How old was she?
I think in her 80s or something.
Admirable. That's really good.
Yeah, that's why it's so important to take care of your health and stuff.
Massively. Yeah. And I feel like that's something we've really been prioritizing lately.
Yeah. And I feel like you see it as in like, the people who either have poor vision or like the vision goes worse and stuff like that, they're the people who are on like so many different medications. Like there's so many systemic like side effects of
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
they're on so
quite
many
crazy.
medications, and then they're the one who always have poor vision. And then people who have like perfect vision at the age of like 80 and stuff, you ask them what medication, they're like statins. That's it. And I'm like, oh, okay.
When you see people who are similar to you in terms of like background and like family dynamics or anything like that, and then you see where their life has ended up, in more cases than not, you're like, okay, I don't want to be like that.
Yeah.
I don't want that to happen to me.
Yeah.
I think that's one thing that I'm like really conscious about my health, because I say that and I had tiramisu and then I ordered another. let's not take that bit out.
No, but you can't treat yourself. But that's the part.
Yeah, I treat myself today.
You can't constrict yourself
because I was like, when am I going to be in this area again? I might not get a chance to have that dessert for a long time.
As in, like, part of your health, you have to have a good relationship with food.
Yeah, that's true.
Because like,
so the majority of I think my diet is pretty clean.
You can develop eating disorders like that, and eating disorders develop stress. And you know, what did the lady say? Less stress. Okay.
Less stress.
Less stress. You need to just relax.
Less stress. You develop a cataract in the heart.
You know what? Yeah. Have you watched This Is in the City? I talked to you about this.
No.
Oh, that's so funny.
You told me about it though, but I
so
haven't.
funny. I mean,
you know what? I need to watch
discretion
more.
advised. I wouldn't recommend if you're under 12.
I need to watch. Listen to more podcasts. I feel like
This Is in the City. They're just so hilarious. They seem like the most like friendliest people, like girls, and they're just themselves. But they're just so funny. What highlights of your Optum journey?
Oh, highlights. Oh, I actually have a few. I can't even lie. That's such a nice question. That's a nice question.
Yeah.
One of my highlights, I can't remember too much from pre-reg, to be honest. Qualifying was a big highlight. So I actually found out when I was in Mauritius, and I was convinced I had failed. I came out that exam and I called one of my friends and I was like, it's a no. Like, there's no way I passed this, because I felt like I didn't know as much as I did the first time round.
Okay.
But the irony is I actually got, and I tell some trainees this as well when I'm doing out of the box.
Yeah.
And I say to them, the second time I did my OSCE, I got about 1,000 more points compared to the first time.
Mashallah.
But I left that exam feeling like I didn't know I completely had flopped it. And then my friend said to me, you feel like that because you know more this time. So you think of all the things that you could have said, but you didn't. That was the first highlight. Second highlight would be the Bangladesh trip. 1,000%.
Oh.
That's been a life goal of mine, to give back for a very long time, because my granddad always used to say, like, you should use your skill set to help the less fortunate.
Of course.
I'm Pakistani, so the aim was to go to Pakistan, but it was really difficult to try and find a charity that would that did that, to be honest. And thankfully I found a team that were going to Bangladesh, and I joined them, and quite a few of my friends came, and the best experience of my life so far. I feel like it's really just opened my eyes, and now whenever I feel like I'm getting wrapped up in like worldly things, or I'm feeling ungrateful about life, or I'm like, oh my god, I had a bad day at work, I like look back on those videos and I'm like, it just patterns you differently. I've also never been exposed to poverty like that, so I think that was just a whole ordeal.
Wow.
And then the third,
you told me about how, like, when you went to the orphanage and stuff, and obviously because I've been to Bangladesh, I have been exposed to like poverty stuff, so you do kind of get, would you say, desensitized a bit to it, as in like, it's like you see what it is, whereas it's your first time. So when you told me, I'm like, yeah, of course. But like, in Bangladesh, like, it's that's how it is, and they're like,
the only time I'd been to a third world country was when I was 7 years old, and that's when I last and only went to Pakistan, when I was 7. So I don't remember anything really, and I never really thought about it when I went to Bangladesh, because I was so just preoccupied with, oh my god, is the journey there, and just getting there, because I had to fly from Manchester, and we live in London, so I was just, my mind didn't think that far ahead, to be honest with you. I think I was more concerned, let me get my visa. That was a worry, because I had to get a visa on arrival, so I was more concerned about that. I didn't think about anything else. And one of the girls who went on the trip as well, she I think now, like, we've spoken, she's like Rush, she now can see my personality more, because I think during the trip I was just a bit stunned and overwhelmed. Anyway, so then that would be my second highlight so far. My optical career would be Bangladesh trip. The third and last one would be starting the diabetic job. And the reason I say this is because I think the appreciation you get from patients majority of the time, and I really like the elderly. It reminds me a lot of my granddad, who's the main reason I got into optom, and I just feel like that always keeps me connected and engaged, and can learn a lot from our elders. What about you? That's a really good question, so I'm throwing it back in your face.
You know what, the day
3
that I qualified was the first time I ever actually cried of happiness.
Oh my God, no
I've
way.
never had experience of like crying of happiness before until that day.
That's really cute.
And like, I thought I felt it because basically, do you know how you have those like vision boards and stuff? So I was researching like, as in like what picture to put as like past on my vision board. So I went on and I searched it up, and what came up was the College of Optom. Like, they send you an email saying congrats, you passed. So I thought, if you
That
passed,
came up on Pinterest?
not Pinterest, it's on Google.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So actually, I went on it, I edited it, so I made it out to be my name. So it says congrats with my GOC
I did not know
number.
this.
It's
I
so
love
cool. I just showed
it.
to you. Yeah. So then I was assuming when you get that email, that means you get an email saying congrats, you passed, and then you see it, and then you go onto the website. But then instead, so I thought, obviously if you don't pass, then they're going to send you another email where they're like, to go check on the website. So I got the email where it says to go check on the website, and I was like, oh my God, I didn't pass, that means I didn't pass. So I went down to my parents' room and I was like, I don't think I passed.
Oh my God.
And then I went on it, and then I said pass, and I was like, what?
Oh, bless you.
And then I was crying.
Oh, it's stressful. It is stressful.
Yeah.
Because you're working so hard as a pre-reg. You're basically qualified, but you're not getting the salary for qualified. I think that's what can really get to you sometimes, because you're doing the most.
Yeah.
And as a pre-reg, let's be real here, you're doing the most.
Period is a journey. Period, you're tested. You are tested to the max. And one thing
And
I
also,
would
it's
say,
just it's not just the content or patients, it's the different types of patients that you get.
Yeah.
So, like, just behaviour and interacting with the public, that's a whole other ball game, I feel like. It took me a while to
it
grasp.
tests your patience.
Yeah.
And I was going to say, and I think you told me this, and I was still a bit like, when you said it, I was like, oh, okay, cool story, But it didn't hit me, and I was like, no, this is
What did I say?
true. You were saying how, like, the best optoms, and I think this is so true, the best optoms are the one who has the longest period, and are the ones who's failed the most.
Did I say that to you?
I don't know, you didn't say about the fail part, but you
I've been wise from day one.
You didn't say about the fail part, but that's why but you said about how the
best optoms are the ones that took the longest. Yeah, I agree with that.
Because you get so much more experience, and you, from those failures is what you learn, and that's the only way you get better. And like, exams is not the best way to test your knowledge. Like,
I think OSCEs, it can be subjective sometimes.
and as in, like, it is obviously they need a way to
assess you guys.
But it's like, I feel like a lot of it can be down to somewhat luck.
It doesn't define you, which I think is so
important
important to know.
It depends on so much what you get on the day, and like, I feel like even the reason why I passed, like, first time, was because first, obviously, I think it was dua, because like everyone's duas, because like the stations that I got were the stations where my strengths were. If I didn't have those stations, even if like if I had, because I just passed, I just got the numbers, I just got the right amount of stations. I think it's 10 out there, I got 10 out there.
Depends, sometimes it can be more.
Oh, is it? But then, like, literally everything that was there is things that I was strongest at, and things that I just somehow like learned. Like, there was a station about Ansar, and I just only looked up that the day before because I saw a post about it, and I just read it, and I just literally, that was my first time.
Yeah.
So
just having faith that it will happen at the right time.
Don't be scared to fail. Don't be.
Yeah.
I think get used to it.
Yeah. Oh, 1,000%. I
You need
think
to get used to it.
that is. I was actually thinking about this recently. Actually.
Yeah.
Failure is something that I think I never really experienced, to be honest, until I was at uni, and I failed. I think first year I failed one exam.
Yeah.
Second year I failed another exam.
I failed in the first year.
And then my first OSCE I failed at pre-reg too. But I would And I remember crying to my dad and being like, oh my God, this is the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
And he was like, but it's okay. Like, it's because I'd never experienced failure before until uni. And he was just like, no, but that's normal. Like, it's not a big deal. Like, it's fine.
Yeah.
And he was like, that's how you get better. That's how you get better. And I think my parents have always drilled that into me. Like, it's okay to make mistakes. Like, that's how you're going to grow. Yeah. And honestly, I wouldn't change it. I think that if I had passed Oski's first time, well, alhamdulillah, it would have been good, obviously. Yeah. But I think the extra couple months, I think, like, I needed that.
Yeah. And like, peerage is the best time because that's when you get your supervisor. That's when you like, you see.
You're allowed to make mistakes at that point.
You go and ask them and be like, check this. Can you check this? Can you? And you then, because then you have that support. Like, you get someone like to teach you. Whereas as soon as you pass, that's it. You are kind of on your own.
Yeah, 100%. I think I was doing single clinics within like 2 months by myself.
Yeah, that's it.
Without probably even earlier than that, actually, I think. But yeah, honestly, I think failure is important.
Get used to failing. Oh yeah, I had to.
So second good experience highlight. You had to give 3. So your first was qualifying.
Oh,
your second, or 2. Just think of one woman if you can't think of 3.
But I really enjoyed the uni.
You know what? I never really thought about uni as part of my optom journey. You know, but you're right. It's a massive part.
It's not really like, it's not the knowledge. As in what
it's the experiences and the friends.
We used to go to the lecture halls and have Netflix.
And sing songs and karaoke. Do you remember one of my birthdays?
Make a theatre, like, what's it called? Like a cinema room. I love that when we did that.
Was sick.
That was so fun. And do you remember, like, on your birthday?
Yeah. And then, oh, the lanterns, yeah. And then I remember when it was the same. So we did, I think it was my 20th. No, it wasn't my 21st. My 20th, maybe. 20th? Yeah, anyway, one of my birthdays. And then you guys, like, decorated a lecture hall. And then we did the lanterns after. And then you sang me, like, songs. And they made, like, you guys bought, like, cake and stuff. That was so cute. Yeah. And ISOC was a big part of my journey at uni, which I dragged her into.
That was your one. But like I said, I loved uni. I don't know why. I think it's you guys. I think it's you and Tangs.
Oh, the trio.
I feel like it was because of you guys, and I had you guys. That's why it was so fun.
Yeah.
I feel like the people that you meet.
We spent a lot of time together.
Yeah, we're like this.
I don't think I've ever spent that much time with people before, which is quite ironic because I'm on my own a lot now. But we literally would be together from like let's say we had a 9 a.m. And we wouldn't leave really until like 10, 11.
Yeah.
Pretty much every single day.
Yeah. I feel like that was because of you, because I used to be the type of
because of me
to run home after uni, but then she made me like start staying back, and then I started getting used to staying back.
Yeah.
You know?
But you bang out a lot of work.
Pardon?
We did bang out quite a lot of work.
But then again, I did used to miss lectures to go and catch up with lectures, so...
Yeah, I don't think I really missed lectures much, did I?
Yeah. No, you were quite good. But the thing is, that's because of my attention span. I used to fall asleep.
Yeah, you preferred watching it on lecture capture.
I had full-on naps.
I have videos. It's the most iconic... I need to show them that, but I think your face is in it, so we can't. The most iconic image of Red's art... I'm going to put it on auction.
Isn't it?
It's epic. It's her in a lecture hall with sunglasses on.
To cover my eyes.
Genius. Absolute genius. And you must have been about 18, 19 years old. Genius. Brilliant. She's always been one of those ones. She's always been good at stuff like that.
But then do I look like I was awake though?
No, because you had your sunglasses on and couldn't even see your eyes.
But I was like this.
Brilliant.
I was like this.
Brilliant. And then I remember once you got in trouble because you're making too much noise in one of the BV lectures.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
What was I doing?
And then I was sat next to her and I was like, it was her, it wasn't me.
I do stuff like that. Like, so even in today's thingy, like, I kept on like nearly dropping the spoon and like stuff at one point, and I was like to myself, like,
behave.
You need to be demure. You need to be mindful.
I think we all have, because there's 3 of us, me, Sangeeta, and Red's art.
Yeah.
And I think we all have very different personalities, but complement each other quite well, actually.
I actually want to, you know how we were talking about how, like, you have to get used to feeling yourself? I wanted to add how, like, you know how I was saying how you do become a better optom if you fail more and, you know, your period is longer? Like, because there's one thing I realised and I noticed that people who either had more visits, especially in visit 1, not visiting one, in stage 1, people who like either had more visits or they felt more competency or it was longer, they're the ones who found stage 2 better.
Yeah.
Because, and especially when it came to
those case studies, there's like 120 or something.
Because you know the knowledge, like the knowledge is already there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
I think it's changing now. They change. I don't know.
They're changing it, but no one knows exactly how it is. I think it's called CLIP or something like that.
What is that,
And I think they're meant to incorporate pre-reg into the final year, and then I think you do a master's or something.
It's actually going to be better.
I think it might.
You're going to have pre-reg and you're going to have uni stress.
Yeah, but that's how Hertfordshire have always done it, I think. But I don't think anyone knows exactly how it's going to go ahead yet. So I've spoken to a few people about it.
Fine.
Yeah, but I think it's different. I think it's different to that program. So even I don't know 100% about it. I don't think anyone knows 100% what's going to happen with that. But it is what you make of it, I think. So just have to roll with the punches sometimes.
Yeah.
I always say, generally in life, to be honest, any experience is good experience.
Yes,
If it's bad, you learn from it. If it's good, then you're happy. Wise words by Side Division. What do you know now that you wish you knew when you were 18?
The whole failing thing.
Okay, fair.
I would be like, you know what, yeah, you need to get used to failing. It's not that deep. Like, honestly, it's not. And just let yourself fail, mess up. It's okay. And, you know, that's how you grow and you learn and become more confident.
Fair enough.
Failure equals success.
It's so true. It really does.
Yeah, the most successful people in the world are the people who have failed and failed and failed. And oh yeah, another one. Rejection is redirection. You know, rejection.
Someone's been watching a lot of podcasts.
I watch too many podcasts, but it's true though. The amount of times I've been rejected in terms of like work and like, you know, even like uni, I got 4 rejections, and look where I ended up.
Yeah, humbler.
Get used to rejections and get used to failures because it's the best. It's what makes you stronger, and you get to like.
I really think I remember on my 25th birthday, you wrote me a message, and then you said that something about your prefrontal cortex being fully developed.
Yeah.
And then I remember reading that, and I was just like, oh, okay. I didn't really think much of it. And then I was just like life was happening, and I was just like, oh.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm dealing with this a lot different.
I've got another one. One thing I would tell myself: take vitamin D.
Take vitamin D.
If you are Asian, if you have brown skin, if you are tanned like me, if you live in the UK, then just take vitamin D. Trust me, it will transform your life.
Take your vitamins, kids.
Take vitamin D. Do you know what? Yes, some vitamin D companies to sponsor me because I will be the #1 supporter. I will be in that video every single. I'll be like, this is sponsored by.
And iron as well is quite important.
Iron, yeah, if you're deficient in iron, but everyone's deficient in vitamin D, especially in this country. Okay, let me tell you something. My mood was really low, and I did not just. This is probably the reason why I used to take naps all the time at uni. This was probably the reason, because I was, but I didn't know. I didn't care. I just I thought it's normal to take naps during the day. It's not normal. You shouldn't be, especially at the age of 18, 19.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Why didn't I not address that? To doing that, taking naps after school, once I started secondary school. And secondary school is when I stopped going out to the playground because we weren't forced to stay outside for an hour. Because secondary school, you didn't have to go outside. I used to stay in the library.
Oh.
I used to stay in
the
And that's...
I mean... I can imagine your 17-year-old self doing that.
You mean 12-year-old?
12-year-old self. I can imagine your 12-year-old self
cold.
doing
Like,
that.
why would you want to say? I used to hate staying outside.
Some things don't change. You still wouldn't go out if it was cold. I think one thing I said to Reds as well, recently, I said, if I ever feel low or I feel upset or like a bit down, there's 3 things. Number 1 is sunlight. Number 2 is Number 1 is sunlight. Number 2 is what I've eaten. And then number 3 is movement. So I know that if I ever feel like a bit down, I just need to do those 3 things. And then, and if that doesn't work, then number 4, speak to someone.
Yeah.
So I'm like, Reds, oh my God, this happened.
Yeah. I feel like whenever I speak to you and I'm like stressed and stuff, like, especially when it's like work stuff, Like,
I feel like optoms only get optoms.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I don't feel like it's hard to explain it to other people.
Yeah. You need someone to like vent to. Because I'm looking like, even when I've like
Most of my friends are optoms, to be honest.
yeah,
If you think about
even
it.
when I've vented like to my parents or like to like my family, like it doesn't have the same effect when I do it with Sadia or even
Oh,
Cindy. Like, once
thanks.
I've put it and then you guys calm me down, and then it's because obviously you guys know what it's like. So it's like your opinion matters like the most. Do you get me?
Yeah, and I guess more theory kind of aspect of things too.
Yeah. So then it's like,
And we've seen it. We've
Yeah,
seen
so
that
like-
journey too.
Yeah.
So it can be different. And I think when it comes to like work dynamics and things like that, only optoms will really get that as well.
Yeah.
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 Click.
the click,
The click.
the click.
See, I'm not cool enough to do that, guys.
You want to click your fingers?
Are we not supposed to?
No, I'm saying you don't know how to click your fingers.
Yeah. Do you not know?
Yeah, of course I know how to click my fingers.
Then why are you asking?
I don't know, because you're like, oh, I'm not cool like that.
The click. You taught me that. And
Because my
I'm just a
friends
girl. I got that from Reds.
When do I say I'm not? I don't remember saying that I'm just a girl.
Really? I feel like you're the original. I don't know why. It's in my head that you're the original person. So I don't know where I got it from then if it wasn't from
Probably
you.
TikTok.
No, I don't think so. I don't think it was on my TikTok at that point.
Because
We're talking beginning of the year, like January time is when I started the whole I'm just a girl. And I'm not going to lie to you, it works absolute wonders, you guys. I've had people help me park my car. I've had, actually never, let me not say the rest of stuff, but it's brilliant. Because sometimes I am just a girl.
it's true.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
That's actually okay.
Yeah. I love being a girl. I love being a woman.
I feel like I want to do some ASMR content. I've been told that I have a very nice voice. Is that true?
You do have a very nice
I do get compliments on my voice quite a lot,
Yeah, yeah.
actually. People say it's very soft.
It is. It is.
Thank you, everyone, for asking us some questions, and I do
Thank you.
apologise that I've not responded to them. No. Bye, Felicia.
Bye. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And please subscribe, follow, like, and share. Honestly. Okay. Bye, guys.